Portland is the 18th team in Major League Soccer.
It's the City of Portland's championship.
It is great to be home.
Sports Sunday with Orlando Sanchez, sponsored by 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Oh, these two guys look familiar. The Atlanta Falcons tweeting this photo out post-game, a Kodak moment. Marcus Mariota, Justin Herbert, an all-duck matchup at QB in the ATL. Plus, this man cannot be stopped. Another win for the Seahawks. Can you believe they have the only winning record in the NFC West?
Woo.
Let that sink in, man.
It is sinking in.
Stunning. Oh, yeah, man. What is good, everyone? Welcome to Sports Sunday. My name is Orlando, alongside the one and only Art Edwards. How are you feeling this Sunday?
Yeah, feeling pretty good.
Okay, well, I know quite a few people feeling good this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
What a weekend it was in college football. 3 of the top 6 teams lose. Woo. Down goes Bama. LSU holds on for the 1-point victory, handing the Crimson Tide its second loss. Well, Georgia makes a statement as the best team in the nation, beating Tennessee by 2 touchdowns. Well, Clemson's perfect season is no more, thanks to a beatdown courtesy of Notre Dame. Shaking up the rankings, creating a glimmer of hope for the Oregon Ducks in the college football playoffs. So I'm saying, Art,
Oh, yeah.
there's a chance.
Yes.
The Ducks made it look easy against Colorado. This is how they capped off the opening drive. What do we have here?
What?
A lineman touchdown? Bo Nix connects with Josh Connerly. And get this, it was Connerly's birthday.
Nice.
Pretty good present, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oregon just getting started. Bo Nix, he can now add a receiving touchdown to the resume, joining Marcus Mariota and Joey Harrington as the only Ducks QBs to throw, rush, and catch touchdowns in a single game. Those whispers of Nix for Heisman consideration, they're getting louder. It isn't just Art Edwards saying it now. He was 20 of 24 passing, 5 total TDs. Ducks coordinator Kenny Dillingham had way too much fun. He was in his bag. That's linebacker Noah Sewell rushing for a touchdown. They stomped the Buffaloes 49-10. Oregon's 8th straight win. They remain on top of the Pac-12 standings at 8-1. The schedule about to get tougher, though, starting with Washington next week. So the Ducks, they move up to 6th in the AP poll, and the college football playoff rankings, they drop on Tuesday. Art, what are your thoughts about the way things are shaping up for those Oregon Ducks?
Well, this was a great weekend for the Oregon Ducks. I mean, you needed Clemson to go. They're done. They're finished. Alabama, they're finished now. So you really needed that to happen. The last domino to drop is going to be TCU.
Okay.
And I think they're going to lose Saturday at Texas.
Are you surprised at how quick the stars are starting to align for the Ducks?
Yeah, I really am. You know, I mean, 4 weeks ago, I was like, yeah, they don't have a chance. There's no way that they can get it done. And now I'm looking at it, I'm like, whoa, this could really happen, because we also have Michigan and Ohio State that have to play each other.
There you go. So more opportunities, but
yes.
None of that matters if they don't win the rest of their games. And it's not going to be easy.
It is not.
Most of the top of the Pac-12 awaits them, so they've got to prove themselves and win out, which has not been easy and rarely does happen in
Washington,
Pac-12.
Utah, Oregon State to finish up.
And the championship
and
game.
the championship game.
Get your popcorn ready, folks.
That's right.
Meanwhile, it was literally lights out Friday night. A partial power outage at Husky Stadium, a place that has not been kind to the Beavers lately. They haven't won there since 2008. And tough weather conditions really set the scene against Washington. The wind played a factor in the passing game. I mean, even the kicking game as well. The Beavers, they've been so good on 4th down, but they were stopped on a couple of occasions, leaving points on the field. Now, despite all of that, Oregon State looked primed for victory. The run game was solid. Deshaun Fenwick, he ran for a couple of TDs, and Damian Martinez rushed for over 100 yards. The defense had a pick 6. The Beavers, they never trailed until the final seconds. UW's Michael Penix Jr., he stepped up when it mattered most. putting together a game-winning drive that started at their own 3 and ended with a field goal to beat the Beavers 24-21, snapping OSU's 3-game win streak, knocking them out of the top 25. So the Beavers, they fall to 6-3 on the season, while the Huskies, they improve to 7-2. It also keeps their conference title hopes alive. So Art, what stood out to you about the Beavers' loss?
Yeah, but they weren't able to do more with that, with the run game. I mean, at least points-wise. They got stopped on those 2 fourth downs. That was a little bit disappointing because they are such a strong team with the run.
Are you concerned at all? And where do they go from here?
Yeah, I'm not really concerned about them. I mean, I think they're still going to end up with 8 wins during the regular season, which is great, and they'll have a decent bowl game, and hopefully they'll be able to get that too, and maybe get to 9 or possibly even 10 wins.
As always, curious about the quarterback position.
Yes.
Goldbranson's got to be a little bit better. They've got to prove that they can air it out a little more because they desperately needed some passing yards in this game.
No doubt.
All right, so they've got Cal at Arizona State, and then they finish up with Oregon. So still a chance to rack up some wins, and of course, a bowl game.
That's right.
All right, so Art, let's take a look at the rest of the action in the Pac-12 Conference. Ranked teams take center stage in this one, man.
Oh, yeah.
USC's Caleb Williams with another big game. 360 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. Cal, though, kept this game close. Stuff like that happens after dark around here. Golden Bears, Jake Plummer, he threw for 406 yards, 3 touchdowns. The Trojans, they beat Cal 41-35.
Hey, those UCLA Bruins just keep rolling along after the bump against Oregon. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, he had 2 rushing scores and 2 touchdown passes. UCLA held off Arizona State 50-36.
Utah got quarterback Cameron Rising back against Arizona. He threw a touchdown pass, and the Utes' rushing attack just went wild. 306 yards, 5 touchdowns on the ground. Utah takes care of Arizona 45-20.
And finally, the Washington State Cougars picked up their second conference win. They roared out to a 42-7 halftime lead over Stanford and then never looked back. Cameron Ward, he threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another one. WSU stops a 3-game skid with a 52-14 win over the Cardinal.
They were not messing around. No. At Hillsborough Stadium, Portland State took care of business against Northern Colorado, defeating the Bears 35-21.
Yeah.
Quarterback Dante Sachere tossing 4 touchdowns in the victory. PSU improves to 3-5 on the season.
Go Vikes.
Let's catch our breath for a minute, man.
Ooh,
because we got much more Sports Sunday still to come. Art, the Detroit Lions got a win.
What?
You sure about that?
Oh, no. Man.
But that wasn't the craziest thing in the NFL today. We'll have a look at some of the top games. And Rip City, we didn't forget about you. They split a back-to-back in Arizona, but the MASH unit's getting a little busier for the Blazers. And welcome back. Art, this has to pain you, man.
Oh, it does.
The Seattle Seahawks stretched their lead in the NFC West today. They went on the road and took care of those Arizona Cardinals. Looked like the Seahawks were in trouble, though. Geno Smith with an uncharacteristic mistake here. Zaven Collins with a great individual play. Pick 6, 30 yards for the score. Arizona on top in the third, 14-10. But Geno Smith just shrugged it off. Led the Seahawks on scoring drives of 75, 81, and 85 yards. At one point after the interception, he was 10 of 12 with a TD. Seattle built a 10-point lead. Arizona closed the gap, but Kenneth Walker III is a bad man. Slammed the door shut. Walker ran for 109 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the defense did its part by sacking Kyler Murray 4 times, holding the Cards' offense to under 300 yards. Seahawks win 31-21. That's 4 straight victories. They're 6-3 on top of the NFC West. Next up, the Bucs in Germany. So, Art, what impressed you the most about the Seahawks' performance?
Well, the fact that they had that big mistake, and it was a great defensive play. It wasn't it wasn't Geno's fault, that interception. But the fact that he didn't even let it bother him. He didn't react at all. Neither did the rest of the team. They just went out and took care of business after that.
Veteran presence, poise. didn't let it affect the next play.
No.
That was huge. And I do think we need to give the defense its flowers.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I wondered about the defense early on, but the last couple of games, the defense really has done the job. The Cardinals, they're kind of struggling. They're not playing particularly well, but still, they held them together. They held them
right, and they did put the pressure on Murray.
Oh, yeah.
And a team that was desperately looking for a win to just stay in the division hunt there. This basically knocks them out because now they get the season sweep over the Cardinals. So that's one team they don't have to worry about.
Don't have to worry about it.
You know what time it is, man?
Oh, yeah.
Time to take our weekly trip around the NFL. A lot of close games today, some surprises, and, another record
surprise, huh?
for Tom Brady. So let's start in Tampa Bay. Brady and the Bucs against the Rams. Both teams, though, struggling, man. Brady put together a 60-yard game-winning drive in the last minute to rally the Bucs to a 16-13 victory over the Rams. Brady became the first quarterback to reach 100,000 career passing yards. Wow. The Buccaneers, 4-5, and tied for the lead in the NFC South, 4-5.
Wow.
Rams, they fall to 3-5.
All right, for the Sunshine State, let's go north to East Rutherford, New Jersey. Jets hosting the Bills. You know what, though? It kind of felt like it was Florida because the game time temperature there was 76 degrees.
Say what?
Yes. Hey, the Jets defense managed to frustrate the Bills' Josh Allen. Allen threw 2 interceptions and no touchdowns in the game. I think that's the first time that's happened in his career.
Whoa.
The Jets' Zach Wilson and their offense, they did just enough to forge a 20-17 win. Jets are now 6-3. The Bills 6-2.
Look out for the Jets.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a short trip to FedEx Field. Commanders and the Vikings. Minnesota, one of the surprises this year.
Oh, yeah.
The Commanders held a 17-7 lead in the fourth quarter when the Vikings snapped. Minnesota scored 13 unanswered, including the game-winning field goal with 12 seconds left. Kirk Cousins, he threw 2 touchdown passes against the team he began his career with. Minnesota sits at 7-1.
What?
That would be the second best record in the NFL, behind only the undefeated Eagles. Meanwhile, Washington now 4-5.
And finally, we're going to go south to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta for the Falcons and the Chargers. We talked about this a little bit earlier. This game, a battle of former Oregon quarterbacks, Justin Herbert. He got the better of Marcus Mariota and the Falcons in this one. Herbert threw for 245 yards, 1 touchdown. Also had an interception, though. Mariota, no touchdown passes. They like to run the ball down there in Atlanta. But he didn't make any mistakes either. Chargers win on a Cameron Dicker field goal as time ran out. 20-17 the final. Chargers now 5-3, Falcons 4-5. But as we said, they are on top, tied of the AFC South.
Oh, come on now. 4-5. Let's talk high school football. Washington's state playoffs are set after the Week 10 matchups. Skyview Storm, they're the 11th seed in the 4A tournament. They'll take on the defending champs, Graham Kapowsin, Saturday in Spanaway. The Kelso Highlanders, 10th seed in the 3A playoffs. They'll head up to the Canadian border Friday to take on the 7th-seeded Ferndale Golden Eagles in Bellingham. Of course, Oregon's playoffs are on to round 2. We'll bring you all of Friday's action. And if you missed anything from round 1, Art and I, we're still trying to dry out from all that rain. My goodness.
Oh.
Just head to the KGW YouTube channel for the full show and extended highlights from Friday Night Football. Let's go!
To Palacios, to the byline. Palacios clipping it up.
Wow, maybe the most dramatic finish to an MLS Cup final ever. LAFC's Gareth Bale, he scored in overtime, stoppage time to tie the match at 3. From there, the backup goalkeeper for LAFC came on in extra time because the regular goalkeeper was hurt and stopped all of Philadelphia's penalty kicks. LAFC wins the MLS Cup on PKs. McCarthy, the guy who came in to play goal, he was named the game's MVP. You think?
They're going to make a movie about this?
They got to.
Soccer
Man.
movie.
Yeah.
There we go, man. Okay, now that was pretty thrilling.
Oh, yeah.
So was this. The Portland Trailblazers, they beat the Phoenix Suns Friday night in dramatic fashion. Thanks to that man, Jeremy Grant, his shot at the buzzer. So, Art, they went ahead and they ran it back Saturday night. Except that time it just wasn't nearly as fun for Rip City. Damian Lillard and Anthony Simons did not play. The Blazers could have used them because it was a blowout. Phoenix knocked down threes early, never looked back, leading by as much as 29. Devin Booker, he paced the Suns with 24 points. And the Suns get the dub, 102-82. Jeremy Grant, he led the Blazers with 14 points. Portland drops to 6-3, but wins the season series with Phoenix. Who knows? Could come back to help them out in a tiebreaker situation.
Oh, yeah.
So 2 down, 4 to go on this 6-game road trip. Next stop, Miami, Monday. Help could be on the way. Damian Lillard has been upgraded to questionable, while Anthony Simons is doubtful due to left foot inflammation. So, Art, what's a successful road trip for you?
I think if they could get one more win out of the 4 that we saw out there, that they'd be doing pretty good.
Yeah, because it's tough to go on that many games in a row with back-to-backs peppered in like that.
Yep, and good teams too.
Who has impressed you the most?
Oh, it's been Justice Winslow. I mean, that dude's tough.
Yeah.
He's just really tough.
It wasn't all talk from head coach Chauncey Billups, who said, look, I'm considering putting him in the starting rotation because the man has been business and he's brought something to the table that they've been missing for quite some time.
Absolutely.
So I agree with you, man. That's a great call. So, Art, there was a party in Soccer City, USA Tuesday night. Portland Thorns and their supporters celebrating the club's 3rd NWSL championship. But there was also some news involving one of the team's all-time greats. Captain Sinclair, Christine Sinclair, got on the mic and said she's coming back next year.
Yeah.
It'll be her 11th season with the team. Sinclair has been with the Thorns since the beginning. Her name all over the record books, and now the club has its star midfielder for at least one more season.
All right. Hey, shout out to Oregon State's Jade Carey, Vancouver's Jordan Childs representing Team USA at the World Gymnastics Championships. Carey won gold in the vault and bronze in the floor, while Childs earned silver in the vault. Both of them helped Team USA win the team title that qualifies them for the 2024 Olympics in Paris.
Awesome seeing them both on the podium like that. Forest Grove, the place to be this weekend. It was packed. 6A State Volleyball Championship. Jesuit, the top seed, trying to cap off the perfect season, facing Sheldon. Sienna O'Laughlin, she was the star for the Crusaders. She had 18 kills in this match. Meanwhile, Lily Lansing chipping in with 9. Get up! But the night belonged to Sheldon. Kate Wood pacing the Irish with 18 kills of her own. Sheldon reels off 3 straight sets, stunning Jesuit 3-1, winning the program's first 6A Volleyball State Championship. Congratulations to all the teams participating in the tournament. We'll be right back. The Houston Astros are your 2022 World Series champs. They rallied from 2-1 down over the Phillies to win it in 6. Second title since 2017 for the Astros. Dusty Baker, 73 years young, oldest to win the World Series. It's also his first ring as a manager. Odds already out for the 2023 World Series. The Dodgers open as favorites, but the Astros and Braves considered contenders, and the Mariners 20-1 odds.
Go M's.
Here we go. Good night, everyone.